Hey guys, this is your instructor Usman Amin, and we are studying Cambridge IGCE or O levels computer science. And for today's video, we will discuss about two things. The first one is to do the overview of entire course, so you will have a better understanding and a clear roadmap that what is going to become next. That will help you to plan your preparation accordingly. And the second thing, I will discuss that what you can expect and what are the available options for you while you are opting the computer science as your career. So the first thing first, let's do the overview of your entire course. So your course contains two papers. The first one is the theory and the second one is scenario based. Although you have to do both papers on the hard written form, the difference is in a theory paper you will have the examiner will ask you behind the scenes, right? The basic and the fundamental concepts of computers, like how computer operates, how it understand your language, how it understand human language, and how hardwares work, how combination of hardwares make the entire one big system, how the software controls the hardware, and how we connect ourselves to the internet and connect with anyone in the world very easily. So these are, fundamental concepts and the definitions that we'll discuss, but I would say these are very helpful and these are very fundamental concept that anyone who is opting the computer science as their career should know, that will give you the edge. So if you are a professional knowing fundamentals very well and understand that what you are doing, so you'll always have an edge. Second Paper 2 is about the scenario based. So for example, let's think of your mobile phone, and your mobile phone have a lot of applications, right? Every application is the real world scenario. Your WhatsApp, your Google Keep, your Drive, your Zoom, each of them is the idea, and the implementation of idea is the digital product that you have in your phone. So for example, you are creating the school management system for your school, so the teachers can give you the homework online, deliver you the lectures, you know having a conversation inside the app, so everything keep inside one application. So how you will do the brainstorming, how you will gather all the informations, how you will combine, how you will plan things, these are called this is all about paper 2, right? So let's have an overview of both papers chapter wise, so you'll have a better understanding and more better road map of that. So let's jump to the, just give me a sec, the content section. And yeah, here we go. Like, your section 1, which is ultimately a paper 1, contains 6 chapters, and the first chapter is data representation, which is more likely that how humans are having a conversation with computer. So how a computer understand our language, which is called the binary system. That is what computer use to understand our language. And the chapter 2 and the chapter 5 is linked. The chapter 2 is data transmission, and the chapter 5 is internet. And we all know the basic work of internet, like we are connecting worldwide. So that's what the internet is, and that's what we are transferring the data in the entire world. So we will discuss those things in depth down the road. And the third main topic is hardware and software, that how the hardware operates, right? What are the input and the output device, and software is about how we are managing and handling and operating the hardwares. And the fourth main topic is about the AI and robotics, like how the cars taking the decisions to park themselves, like how the AI bots are doing the labor work, and the LLMs, like in the real world, the common and the top, I would say, trending thing is LLMs like ChatGPT and OpenClaw and the your Claude AI. So how they are, thinking by themselves. These are the language learning modules. So we will see and overview those things. So these are the highlights of the paper one, and all of it's about the the definitions and the fundamental concepts and things like that. On paper 2, which is section 2 in your book, and in there we will see that, for example, as I gave you the example that you are building the school management system for your school. So how do you tell the computer that I want this? For this, you have to follow the certain syntax, certain format, which is called the programming language. There are so many programming language out there, and in your syllabus, we are mainly using Python or Java. I'm not sure about the third one, but uh, yeah, the Python and the Java is something that I used in my career. So the second thing is database. Like when you have a school management system, so all of your student and the teachers and the parents data is going to be stored somewhere, right? So that is called the database, and we will see that how we can connect the database. I think we will not see in your syllabus, but just to give you the outside knowledge. So when we are connecting the database to the applications, these are called the APIs. So the database is on one place and we are connecting it with the applications through the APIs. So the algorithms and problem solving is like you can simply understand it by doing by having a concept like you are planning or brainstorming the applications. So that is called the algorithms. That what are the algorithms that you will use and how your structure follow. When we are discussing the program development life cycle, so we'll see each and everything in depth, and the boolean logic is more of the I would say the hardware thing. Like if you are going on robotics, so the boolean logics are more helpful on that. Here we are discussing about gates, and gates or gates, like you have a smart home. So when you say they turn on the lights, so these lights have these boolean logics and the logic gates that decide if the light is already on, so it will not make it off, so it will keeps it on. So these are the decisions and the logic gates we will discuss on your this chapter. So that's the overview, and now I believe you will have a better understanding that what this is all about. When we are starting the chapter wise learning, so I will try to create the first video about the overview of that chapter, and then we'll start doing the topic wise learning. So the last question that is that what are the industry options you have available that you can see around yourself. Like as I gave you the example, the LLMs are the most trending. So for example, you are someone, if someone comes to you and they say that I want to implement AI with my receptions. Like I do get so many calls on my receptions, and all of them are asking the repeated questions like what are the I would say, what is there any booking slots available, and what are the services that you provide. So they need to replace it with the AI bot. So you have to create some LLMs, you have to train the LLM and make it enough trained so it will handle the entire reception thing. So that's that's the idea. So now when you will see, like for example, the Meta have thousands of employees. So that you can have understanding like that simple application is not the one man task that needs to have a different kind of different kinds of people to have to work together. For example, someone is working on design, someone is working on databases, someone is working on logic, someone is working on planning, someone is working on strategy, someone is working on project management, and someone is working on sales to have a revenue to the company. So there are so many different options available there. So if you are doing the business, your entire business, so you are providing digital services like any application, or you are creating your own digital product such as school management system, and you are selling that school management system to the multiple schools, and you can make it SaaS platform. So these are the examples, but you can't but you are not going for the business side, so and you are going it for the job side, so you can opt any expertise. Like if down the road when we are doing the programming things, so you will understand that if you think that I'm good in design, like how the layout of the website or application is going to be looked is something that I am best at. So you will go on UI UX design, but you think that I'm good in problem solving and logic building, so you will become a backend developer, right? And the database manager. So when we are discussing and we are having when we are discussing paper 2, so I will try myself to give you the maximum real world scenarios that you can and the career advice that you can opt down the road. So I believe that's it for now. And if you want me to create a specific video to choosing the career after O levels, and you are curious about that, what are the all possible available options for someone to go for, so I will create a separate video on that. For now, the agenda was to have an overview of your entire syllabus and give you the basic understanding that what computer science is all about, and why computer science is a separate field of studying. So yeah, that's it for now. And leave if you have any questions, just leave it on a chat. And when I'll say chat, that means the comment section. So see you on chat. Off and for now.